Hi folks, today we're going to talk about a bit of an odd one, and it has to do with a trial against rats in 1520 in France. And it is relevant to the law today here in Alabama, but what the heck? You probably think I've slipped a cog. I don't think I have. So here's the deal. In 1520, in a town in France, the rats had run rampant and eaten up all the barley, and the citizens, the peasants, they were very upset because, hey, that's their winter food. It's going to cause a famine. We're not going to have anything to eat because the stinking rats ate everything. And so they contacted the local law enforcement, and the law at the time said, well, we're going to haul them into court over that. And the judge at the time appointed a lawyer whose name is hard to pronounce because I don't speak French, but it was something like Chassé de Bartholomew. I'm going to just call him Bart the Barrister. But the court appointed Bart the Barrister to represent the rats. Set a court date. Court date shows up. Go to court. Judge looks around. Where's the rats? They're not here. We're going to enter a judgment against them because they didn't show up. Bart the lawyer was very smart. He said, hold on, Judge. You can't do that. Oh, really? Why not? Because, Judge, show me where in the record that they received proper notice of the court date. Judge, of course, frustrated. Well, yeah, you're right. You had to concede that. So, judge said, okay, we're going to reset this case. Well, I'm not ready for it to be given up. We're going to reset the case, and what we're going to do is we're going to have the pastors from every church or in the land, they will announce the court date from the pulpit, and then we'll come to court. Well, this happened. Court date shows up. Bartholomew was there. Surprisingly, no rats. Well, the judge says, where are your clients? I don't see any rats here. I don't know if the rats just didn't attend church or what, but they weren't there. But Bart was ready. He said, Judge, our laws say that if you're going to have a witness come to court and they have to travel through hostile territory, it is the requirement of the court to provide them safe transport through hostile territory. And these rats, they live on the outskirts of town, they live in the fields, and there are cats all over the towns, all over the cities, and it is not safe for a rat to come to court when there's cats out there. And there's nothing in the record showing that the court has provided safe transport for the rats, and therefore under our laws, they're not required to be here. Judge was not happy, I presume. And history doesn't tell us what happened, although there's nothing in the book saying that there ever was a successful prosecution of the rats. So it sounds like the prosecutor just threw up his hands and said, forget about it. Now that's all kind of strange and stuff like that, but it has bearing now. How? Well, the idea is that lawyers sometimes will intentionally gum up the works, the legal works, to accomplish a benefit to their clients. To use a real life example, I had a client, she spoke Farsi. Her family said, hey, we think, it was grandma, we think, and she had stolen something allegedly, we think grandma's going senile. We're having a hard time. We think she's, getting soft in the head. I filed a motion with the court. I said, Judge, I want a translator. Why do I want a translator? Because Alabama law says that a person, no matter what their language, is entitled to access to the courts, and you can't have access if you don't know what's going on. So it was a legitimate motion. Fine. But then I said, Judge, we need a psychiatric evaluation of this woman, because if she doesn't understand what's going on, whether she speaks Farsi or English, she's not competent to stand trial. And unfortunately, you're going to have to find us a psychiatrist who speaks Farsi who can evaluate her, because you cannot get a valid which is true, you cannot get a valid psychological evaluation when you're using a translator to translate the psychological questions and back and forth. And so unless you can find a Farsi-speaking psychiatrist, we got problems. It was true, I was right. Prosecutor eventually just said, forget about it, would you pay the court costs? And the answer was, yeah, sure, if you'll dump it, yeah. And so that's what happened. So that was a situation, a real life situation, a situation of a lawyer, hey, gumming up the works. It is sometimes necessary for us to do what we have to do to protect our clients. Now, I hope that none of you are charged with a crime, but if you are, and it's in Alabama, and particularly in North Alabama, and you want our help here at Siegel & Siegel, just give us a call. I've put the phone number below. If it's not in North Alabama, I may be able to suggest somebody to call somewhere else in the state. I hope that you found this video to be educational and entertaining and informative and all that good stuff. If you want to see more of these videos, if you hit the subscribe button, please. Thank you for watching. And if you want to be nice to us so we get points, give us that old thumbs up. Thanks for watching. I'm attorney Andy Siegel.